In today's video, we will be going through a short, ancient Buddhist wisdom story that teaches us about the importance of trusting the right people and why we need to take accountability for our lives. And it's something that everyone could learn from. So I highly recommend that you stick till the end of the video. I'm Tanmanaya and I welcome you to the Life Academy. Many generations ago, a crane lived near a pond, and when the dry season set in, he said to the fishes with a bland voice, "Are you not worried about your future? There is, at present, very little water left in this pond, and even less food. What will you do if the whole pond becomes dry in this drought?" "Yes, indeed," said the fishes. "What should we do?" The crane suggested, "I know a fine, large lake which never becomes dry. Would you not like me to carry you there?" "But how would you carry us?" the fishes inquired. "That's simple, in my beak." Upon hearing this, the fishes became suspicious. So, to dispel their doubts, the crane proposed to carry one out of all the fishes over to the lake to take a look. And after a lot of confusion, one of the bigger fishes, at last, decided to take the risk for the sake of the others. And the crane carried him to a beautiful lake and brought him back in safety. And then, instantly, all doubt vanished, and the fishes gained confidence in the crane. And through this newfound confidence, the crane took the fishes one by one out of the pond and carried them to a big Varana-tree where he would devour them. Now alongside the fishes, there also lived a lobster in that pond. And after the crane was done with eating all the fishes, he approached the lobster and said, "I have taken all the fishes away and put them in a fine, large lake. Come along, I shall take you too." Just like the fishes, the lobster inquired too, "But how will you hold me and carry me along?" "I shall hold you with my beak," said the crane. "You will let me fall if you carry me like that." "I will not go with you," replied the lobster. "You need not fear," assured the crane. "I shall hold you quite tight all the way." The lobster thought to himself, "This crane seems too difficult to trust. I'm pretty sure that once he got hold of all those fishes, he certainly never dropped them in the lake. Now if he should really put me into that lake, it would be splendid. But if he does not, then I will cut his throat and kill him." So he said to the crane, "Look here, friend, you will not be able to hold me tight enough. But we lobsters have a famous grip. If you let me catch hold of you around your neck, with my claws I shall be glad to go with you." The crane did not see that the lobster was trying to outwit him, and agreed. So the lobster caught hold of the crane's neck with his claws as securely as he could, and the two led out on their journey. The crane took him and showed him the lake, and then, as the lobster had expected, turned off toward the Varana-tree. "My dear friend," cried the lobster, "the lake lies that way, but you are taking me this other way." The crane answered back, "Do you really think so? Am I your dear friend? You think, I suppose, that I am your slave who has to lift you up and carry you about with him wherever you please. Now, cast your eye on that heap of fish bones at the root of that Varana-tree. Just as I have eaten those fishes, every one of them, in that very same manner, I will devour you as well." "Those fishes got eaten through their own stupidity," answered the lobster, "but I am not going to let you kill me. On the contrary, it is you that I am going to destroy. For you, in your folly, have not seen that I have outwitted you. If he die, we both die together, for I will cut off this head of yours and cast it to the ground." And right after he made that statement, the lobster gave the crane's neck a sharp pinch with his claws. And right then, gasping, with tears trickling from his eyes, trembling with the fear of death, the crane requested the lobster, saying, "Oh, my lord, I did not intend to eat you. Grant me my life." "Very well, fly down and put me into the lake, and I shall let you go," replied the lobster. And the crane turned and flew around and stepped down into the lake to place the lobster on the mud at its edge. Then the lobster cut the crane's neck and then entered the water. Now what can we learn from this story? Although there are many takeaways, the two lessons that I would like to point out are these. Number 1. Be careful with who you trust. Don't trust someone who has proved to you that they are not trustworthy. So many times, people's words, and more importantly, their actions, show us quite clearly that they are not to be trusted. The message is more evident than it can be. And yet, we ignore all the signs. We ignore the behavior patterns and we go on to trust those people, only to be deceived, only to have our trust and our hearts broken. The fishes knew that the crane was not trustworthy, and yet they ended up trusting him and as a result lost their lives. So don't place your trust in the same people who have deceived you earlier. The second lesson is that your life is your own responsibility. Only you, yourself, can lead you to glory, and only you are capable of leading yourself to peril. Your thoughts, decisions, and actions are always influencing the life's destiny. The lobster could have very easily believed that the crane was going to lead him to the other lake safely, but he knew that he didn't have any evidence, and therefore he was cautious with his decision, and he took some steps to ensure the safety of his own life. Thus, instead of blaming other people and finding faults, it's always better to take accountability so that you can take action to get to where you want to be. Now that is it from my end, but I would love to listen from you. What are some other lessons that can be learned from the story? Make sure you leave them in the comments below. As always, if you found the video useful, don't forget to hit thumbs up and subscribe for future videos. And for more life lessons and wisdom, be sure to follow the Life Academy on Instagram and on Twitter. That's all for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.